This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
Quite the show today. We went on quite the journey.
Yeah,
We did. Can't
Discover
remember
what
what we did.
Scar is, for starters.
Yeah,
Yeah, that took us a while to get to the bottom of Scar.
Yeah.
We discussed how we're not that angry at Elbow for using a hookup in his phone to get flights.
Because
We
if you've
get
got
it.
one,
and we know
you
it's
use it.
bad timing.
We check in with Gen Zs and find out how they're going after a boomer said, they just party all the time and eat and go out for brunch. In that voice. You said it in that voice
yeah,
too.
I got that. Lovely.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We're dedicated to the craft of radio.
Do you want to have the rest of the day off?
Please.
937.
It's 6:05. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Happy Wednesday.
Could be a Wednesday middle of the week.
It's Halloween Eve.
I know.
Oh, it is. And also, my younger son has a dinner dance tonight, or a river cruise of sorts.
Okay, so year 11.
Yeah,
This
and you
is-
think,
yeah.
but Wednesday.
Yeah, I know, because they get it cheap.
Didn't you buy? Is this who is it? Who?
Ollie.
Did he have it last year as well? You remember? Or you had to go and buy someone pants.
Yeah, he had one that he was invited to that he went to. This is his own school one. But
Oh.
So who's he
kinda
taking?
like-
Has he got a date for the night?
yeah, he's got a girlfriend at the moment.
Oh, has he
Yeah.
just?
When I say at the moment, I think it's his first girlfriend.
Oh,
How
that's
long have they
adorable.
been together?
Not sure. I think it's only just been declared in the last few weeks.
Yeah,
It
they
might be
went-
longer.
They hard
are they
launched.
in teenage love yet? Like, because that takes 3 weeks.
Or should she just...
Or 3 weeks. Yes, they are.
So
Does
they're
she sit
teenage
on the
love.
beach and watch him surf?
She will do, yeah. She'll watch you play footy.
Natalie,
But I was
actually,
like-
that's a great idea for us. We
What's
could
that?
do. So there are single people out surfing that don't have a girlfriend to sit there and hold their keys.
Sure.
We could be the
And get the Chico
high-
rolls
the-
for
the-
them.
Yeah, the whole just stuff girls.
No, I
the beach.
agree. Because you know some of those guys are stunning.
But
That's
why are they single, Sean?
how gay did that sound, by the way? Stunning.
Exactly. Yeah. And we'll just get their keys and then go and cut a copy and move into their houses. By the time they get back to shore, they've got a relationship.
That's
I
nice.
think you've got a good plan there. Yeah, it's going to be great. They've got an after party and everything. You think,
Get
oh,
out.
Wednesday
I know.
night.
So this is a year 11 dinner dance, essentially.
Yeah. And these days, the parents get pressure to chip in and help
Yeah.
out and put on this show. And they do it out of safety concerns or whatever the case
And this
is,
is
and
the,
having it under
this
control.
Is the ball.
Are you
So the
kidding?
ball's
This is year
next year.
11,
This is year
Sorry,
11 dinner
sorry.
dance.
The party always happens at someone's parents' house when they're away.
Yeah.
The end.
Yep.
Or an abandoned house.
Yes.
We have
So
one
no,
there.
they have official after parties organised at another venue often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know somebody that went to their daughter goes to a school and he said that he had to be on the door at the after party. He volunteered. He said he's never seen anything like it.
Oh, jeez.
Never seen anything like it. It was absolutely horrifying. It was at a warehouse space in North Fremantle.
Yeah, that's. I think this is where this one is tonight. Or there's one just off the freeway if you're coming freeway north. It's just in like West Perth, Leadville area.
Yeah.
There's one there that hires that. So that's a good business.
One year
Yeah.
we went to Bush and we had drinks right next to an open mine
Yes.
shaft.
Yes.
Pretty similar.
These days you need one you can hose out easily. That's what, from what the dad told me.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
You know, we talked about a sniper. If they want to kill me, then they just have to track my movements and they can close their eyes. They can get me any time. And then the other morning I ate a banana. And then I would have
just
thrown the
shake them
sniper
off.
off. And
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
gone,
yeah.
oh, wait, there he is. Holding a banana. Hold the shot.
Yeah.
Had another banana this morning, Sean. It's not enough.
What?
Not enough. I just checked the Hungry Jack's app. $3 ham and cheese toasty and hash brown.
At Jack's Cafe.
Sam? Going over to Hungry Jack's.
They
Natalie, do you
are
want to go
pretty
to-
close,
do you
aren't
want-
they?
Do you want to go to Hungry Jack's Cafe and get a
That seems
coffee?
That seems very cheap.
That sounds like that's a lost leader, Natalie.
That's usually a hash brown. That's
a lost
usually
leader, my
a
friends.
hash brown.
That's value.
All right.
You'd be mad not to. Remember I told you about my mate who had to smoke one day because the darts were so cheap?
Oh, I
He
see
had
what
to.
you're saying.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait, what?
yeah. He was in Bali, so they were
you
so
started
cheap.
smoking because
Well, they're $5.
Yes.
Oh, it's
It's
cheap.
like,
Oh,
I've got to smoke now.
It's criminal not to.
It's
You know
more
what I mean?
expensive not to.
Yeah.
It's more expensive not to. I don't think you can get us any darts at Hungry Jack's Cafe.
No. It's a great place.
Yeah.
HJ's.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Sean, got some news for you.
Oh,
I saw it on TV yesterday and I was so excited to tell you about it.
well, we've discussed Yellowstone, so I know that's coming back.
I've got this on my iPad. Do you remember this theme?
Does that sound like Frasier or something?
No.
Frasier?
Back when we were kids, our parents used to watch this, and we watched it as well because there was nothing else on. This is Matlock.
Oh, Matlock.
Matlock.
Yeah, right.
Matlock's returning.
Is an old investigator, everybody.
Guess who's playing Matlock? Kathy Bates.
I've seen the ads for this. So is that what it is? It's a remake of Matlock.
Of Matlock. They've been having
With the female
for
lead.
years with the female lead. They've swapped her out, Sean.
It's pretty funny because in the promos for it, she's like, because she's an old lady, she's like, oh yeah, nobody notices it. I can do anything because nobody notices me because elderly women are just ignored in society. So she's like, she can go wherever she wants to do whatever she likes. Yeah.
Anyway, Matlock.
That's ridiculous. I mean, come on.
Kathy Bates is one of the all-time great actors.
I've got no argument with that.
Sean,
absolutely not.
Sean says to me all the time, Sean says, women get everything. He said to me.
It's just stupid. It's stupid. What kind of world are we living in?
Why don't you watch it and see if you like it? Maybe you'll like it, Sean.
I could like it. I could like it. But
you've just written it off. A show that you hadn't even thought about for 30 years has been remade with a woman.
All these people up in Hollywood or whatever, we've got to have a lead role in for a woman in exactly the same movie. Just make it
not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same.
Here's the deal. You don't have to watch Matlock because you work with Matlock every day.
Oh, you're lucky. Aren't you lucky?
And we're not recasting her as a man.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
So this whole elbow thing in the flights, right? I get what they're saying because, when he was transport minister or whatever, the fact is, supposed to have a secret relationship or, a private relationship with these companies because then they could get you to vote their way. And all that
it's about influence, basically.
Well, the one thing linked to that now, and whether it's a link or not, is the fact that the Qatar weren't able to come in, and there was a whole thing about that a couple of months ago. I think at the time, So and that has some merit because then we don't have Qantas are running their own show, making their money. There's no competition, so that's a big deal.
I don't know whether it's because I know Elbow and we're friendly with him, but I'm not enraged by it at all because
he has declared everything. It wasn't there was nothing secret about it wasn't like he's been doing dodgy deals that nobody knew about. He declared it openly, so there is that.
For me personally, I just think that I take things like this to take away from politics, and I just think.
What would I do?
If you've got a hookup, of course you're going to use a hookup. And now suddenly they've brought in another thing. They've brought in a whole new concept that Elbow's going to try and get out by using this excuse. It's the hotline, Sean. So, here's the deal. He's done something wrong if he has called Alan Joyce personally on his mobile phone. But what they're saying is there is a chairman's hotline number that you can call, which indirectly is Alan Joyce.
Yeah.
And then Alan Joyce has to... So, basically, if a flight... approval. They'll give you an empty seat, right?
Yeah.
And then usually if that happens and then the plane gets booked up, you get kicked off. They don't. Alan Joyce gives you an empty seat that's on the flight and then he secures the fact that that is your seat. So you do still speak to Alan Joyce. It's just that you're not speaking to
inadvertently. You're calling a 1-800 number.
Oh, give me the hotline. Give me the Qantas chairman's hotline. Sean is the king of hookups.
Oh, I like to, but I just think with Elbow as well, you don't want to overcook it. Like, it seems like 22, that's a lot.
Nah, not really.
Yeah,
it was over quite a while, and he flies a lot.
4 years or whatever, Sean.
Okay, well, you don't want to take the piss. See, I always like to find a hook out, whatever it may be, but you've got to be strategic when you use them.
Oh, you can't even talk about it without your throat catching, Sean. What about a certain surf brand?
Oh, Rip Curl. Yeah, well, my kids work for there. Yeah.
Oh, but
that's how your kids got the job.
That's how your kids got the job through your hookup. What are you talking about? You haven't scored all the free stuff because your kids work there. Your kids work there because you've been scoring all the free stuff.
Well, I used to have a deal, but I don't have a deal. And then I worked out that Lachlan could get a job at Fremantle, which meant that I had a deal. Then he moved out to the DFO, which meant that I still had a deal.
Sean,
yes, I'm all about it, as you know.
Out of anyone in this building, you're the hookup king to me.
I do have a Qantas hookup, so but I've never used it.
Yeah.
The number is in my phone, and it's not about getting upgrades and stuff. It's like because after I got stuck in Prague last time I went to Europe, this guy that I know through the dog park, he works at Qantas. He's got I don't even know what his role is, but he said, take my number. Yep. If you're in this situation again, call me. Don't call the service line. Call me and I've got the same access to all the stuff. I'll sort it out for you. And I'm like,
that is exciting. How long ago did you get this number, by the way?
Oh, well, this year.
Okay.
But I haven't needed to use it yet.
I've had so many people offer me hookups and stuff, and I just cannot do it. I can't make the call. I just can't. I feel like, you know why? Because I put myself in their place and think, oh my God, how many people are calling you? Because we get it here for concerts. Amy, you're telling us this morning you're the hookup, Amy, for all your family and friends and everyone that knows you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything coming to town? They call you because
It'd
they
be
think
all-
Amy's at Ticketmaster. and she gets
It'll be all the Wiggles, wouldn't it?
I don't get it. The only one who's asked me, I remember I told you guys about my dad just asked me randomly, and I've been here for 16 years. He wanted pink tickets. That's it.
And yet his nephew was on a boat with Pink, and he didn't think to ask him.
Nah, didn't want to bother Rove. Just,
So look, we want to talk about hookups, right?
Yeah.
So are you the hookup? Are you the person that everyone calls? And what can we, us, get from you? And then also, we want to know if you've got the person in your phone, who's your hookup? And if it's it doesn't have to be something impressive. It's something lame, like I got a hookup for free honey. No worries.
But if
I
you're
mean,
the person
free
Honey's actually not lame at all.
Massive,
Is it Manuka?
if you're getting those, if you're that person who's got that job,
Yes.
and you're getting the calls all the time, that would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how they feel when you call them. When the Wildcats played at Challenge Stadium back in the day, I used to have a hookup for tickets. Her name was Sandy. She worked for the GM, and I would literally just text her and go, is there any chance I can come today? She'd go, no worries, pick him out of the box office.
That's a good score.
She was so good.
Greg used to speak to me, Greg Hire from the Wildcats. Every time there was a big game coming, he would get inundated by people asking him. But the thing is, you only get X amount of personal tickets. So then Greg would actually, this is how good a guy he was, he would actually get these people tickets and he would pay for them and they wouldn't know. Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
yeah.
Greg.
We are talking about hookups, whether you are the hookup or whether you've got a really good one on your phone that Sean wants to use.
Thanks,
Anthony is at Allenbrook. Morning, Anthony.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Anthony.
Are you the hookup that everybody uses, or what have you got?
A friend of mine is, and I needed tickets to Taylor Swift for my daughter.
Hey, Anne, your line is really, really bad, mate.
Are you on hands-free?
Hands-free.
Can you get off hands-free for us?
We'll have to come back to you.
Yeah, we'll come back to you because we want to hear you.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit better.
You got
Yeah.
it? Yeah. All right, go ahead.
that's
Start
better.
again. Start again.
Okay, so it's a ticket text. So I needed tickets to Taylor Swift, not Taylor Swift, Harry Styles for my daughter.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it to a mate, and he goes, I've got a mate in ticket text. So you contact this person, and they'll send you a link, and you can get tickets before they're released through this link. I think it's for VIP and Friends.
Yeah.
So
Don't
I've got
say it on the
tickets. I've
radio.
only used it once.
Yes.
That is the ripper.
So, wait, so it's not like an expired code or anything like that? You now have...
So so you basically got to use it once, and if you, So...
Who's your mate?
That's
unreal.
Nathan.
It is not.
Ticket control everything. All those big concerts, all the AFL finals that people are scrambling to get tickets to.
That is a good
you need
in.
a ticket tech
Ticket
person.
tech's a
All right,
winner.
I'll explore that
Well done,
further.
Anthony. Thank you. Kelly's in Melville. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hey,
Hi, Kel. Do you use a hookup, or are you the hookup?
I was the hookup. About 10 years ago, I worked for a major surfwear brand in their head office in WA.
Yeah.
And so I got everyone 30% off wholesale for all their clothing.
Off wholesale. Yeah.
Off wholesale. So, and that included wetsuits and surfboards.
How many times did Sean call you?
Yeah. I had a very long list of people that used to call because you get a $700 wetsuit for about $150.
That's
so,
amazing.
Okay,
That's
so
what we're talking
can I talk about... I want to talk to the hookup. This is great. What is it like being the hookup? Do you roll your eyes when you hear from people that only ever call you because they want something?
Sometimes, but I like helping people. So I was like, yeah, great. Like, I enjoyed being able to help.
So you're the
Yeah,
Mother
that's a good
Teresa of
thing.
the hookup world.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and we had a storeroom that we also we sold our samples at 30% off wholesale. So people would come in and shop, brand new stuff for a really big discount. And,
But did you feel like people were using you to get to cheap wetsuits?
No.
Oh, that's nice.
I
But can you use
I mean, they were, but it's nice that you didn't
But
feel
if you're
that
happy
way.
to give them out and then
But
help people
also,
out, then...
can you barter? Did you, because of your hookup, were you then offered a great hookup from someone else that was getting your hookup?
No, I didn't.
You didn't think to
that's the
leverage
thing.
it.
You need some
I know.
currency. This was
I
Rusty,
know.
wasn't it? Is this Rusty?
No, this is Quicksilver.
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 Sean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Quicksilver.
and it
Kelly
was back
Slater,
in,
big deal.
surfwear heyday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate,
She can't
remember?
help you anymore, Sean. Hang up on
That
her.
was back in the day when everyone was walking around with hot tuna bum bags.
Thanks, Kelly. Jenny's in Brookton. Hello.
Hello, how you going?
Hey,
Great,
Jen.
Jenny. Did you have a hookup, or were you the hookup?
I have a hookup
Yes. For what?
to get into concerts. So my sister normally does head of security, so no lining up for me.
Just like knowing the
that's so good,
bouncer.
Jenny.
Knowing the bouncer at every concert. Oh!
Do you
Pretty much. So, just recently at Cold Chisel,
Yes.
no lining up for me and my husband.
Oh, that's so good.
Okay, what else have you been to?
I've been to the Beer Fest at Claremont, straight through, Frosttown.
Yep.
Robbie Williams at Nicola Estate. There's been quite a few.
Oh,
so,
that's amazing.
Do you have to buy a
She was
ticket, Jen?
backstage with Robbie Williams, so I got a signed photo.
Oh, that's nice.
How was he? Was he nice?
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. And she said that he gave her a cuddle and he was all sweaty and he's like high five because she normally does like she's head of security. So
I feel like Robbie Williams will be nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like Robbie Williams has gone through such a full-on life.
Yes.
He's just happy to be alive right now, and he's just happy to be here.
Yes, that's right.
He talked about that when he was doing his song.
Thanks, Shetty.
All right.
Thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
There's a young man who's playing a new sport that wants to talk about it.
Now-
and he's a young man that presses the buttons in front of us.
This is
Sam has still got energy after the show, which he does things during the day. And
because
Sam,
he's A, young, and B, not been in this job
now,
very
Sam,
long.
you've told me about a few sports you've been playing, but you've got one that you want to educate us about.
Fastest growing sport in the world. I love this
That
one.
just means it started from 0 and now 6 people are playing it.
Yeah,
And 4 of them are you and your friends.
Yeah, we picked it up. Paddle. I don't know if you.
So it's just called paddle, not paddle ball.
Yeah,
just paddle.
just
And
paddle.
it's Padel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look, it's kind of a smaller tennis court, but mixed with squash.
So you can play off the back wall, Sean.
Yeah.
And you see, it's outdoors, which is great. Like squash, you're in the glass box. It gets a bit hot and sweaty. This is outside. And you bounce off the back walls, you play in clothes. It's so fun.
So how different to pickleball is it? Because it immediately goes, other than, so it's the bouncing off the walls that makes it different to pickleball?
Yeah, I think pickleball's maybe a little more slower, a little for the oldies, a little bit more, and there's no back wall.
You hear that?
That's why you've only heard of pickleball, Sean.
Yeah.
I thought it was called paddleball. It's not. It's just paddle.
I think they're maybe slightly different things, but
I don't think so.
That looks like a lot to have to look at both directions, both in front of you and behind you. But I suppose that's a lot of sports. Isn't
Well,
it?
that's kind of it's kind of like squash in a way. Although
Reminds me of Ninja Ball. Remember that game we played years ago?
Yeah.
We used to play a game where we'd sit with our back towards the wall, and then someone would throw Ninja Catch, and someone would throw a ball at the wall, and then you have to catch it bouncing off the wall
Without
looking at it.
He did it with Leighton Hewitt.
Yeah, he was very good at it.
It was taking the world by storm.
It was the fastest growing sport in the world for a very brief period.
So where are the courts for this? I'm guessing they're not in the they're not in the struggling areas.
No, we play Floriat. There's one for high, and actually the new one opened up in Dalkey.
I wonder if it's very stereotypical sport.
It's a bit reminiscent of Royal Tennis, which is where tennis sprung from, because they used to play off the walls in that too, didn't they?
So you'll see at most tennis clubs now that they've got them. So one in Melville down the road from us now, there's one there that guys play on, most nights.
But what gets me about this is, say, pickleball, right?
Yeah.
So that was happening here when we discovered pickleball, and it was big news, and it was probably a couple of years ago. And then we found out that, no, pickleball's been playing in Perth for ages. So I wonder how many sports are actually currently being played in Perth that we don't know about that are yet to have that big resurgence or big announcement.
Or they're just a bit niche, just a small number of people play them. I've got in my family, so cousins that live in Tasmania, but they've played it here because they were in the national team and their state team.
Whoa.
Underwater hockey, which is ridiculous when you think about it. It's called octopus, and you
Sean's seen the
whole thing, and
movie.
the referees go off a screen, obviously, because...
Yeah.
But you go down, you're playing underwater.
Yeah.
But you don't have scuba
Is
tanks.
there 8 people in the team? What's the octo? Is it just the water part?
No, that's to do with, But I don't know, maybe. I don't know how many people's in a team.
In a Nat Geographic show, you'll see Chris Hemsworth take it up now.
Oh, really? Yeah, right.
We want to get on the ground floor of anything, so we'd like to know if there is a sport out there that you are playing that no one really knows about.
We should know about.
No one knows about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're into this new paddle, which is apparently pickleball for the young'uns.
I mean, this is how you get, you can say, I represented Australia, because you get at the very forefront of it. You've got to be at the front of the stuff.
Ray gun, mate, ray gun.
Exactly. Sophie, hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Soph.
Okay, Soph, what's the sport we need to know about?
My husband is trying to get cornhole to take off. He started a little league amongst his friends. He's made his own board. He's taking it very, very seriously.
Now, I've tried cornhole, and it doesn't excite me at all.
Are you talking about the same thing?
Is that name off of corn kernels in the bag that get thrown into the hole? Is that what it's called?
I think that's right, Nathan.
Okay, great. Yeah. How's it going, his plight to get this up and running?
Well, he's obviously the best at it because all he does is bloody practice. I'm terrible. we started playing on our honeymoon in Cancun. That's where the fantasy came from. He realised he was much better than me, and he thought, right, that's it. I'm making the boards, and yeah, he's winning the league amongst his friends.
I mean, when you discover that that's the thing you're good at, you've got to run with it.
But
why
not put something like that in the Olympics that everyone plays in their backyard and to find out who's the best?
Well, over in America, they do have the World Championships, and you see it on ESPN2 all the time. I've got my father-in-law. He made us a
board.
You've got a homemade cornhole court.
Yeah, and I competed one that you reminded me because I wouldn't have remembered this
in a tournament.
We had a tournament, and me and Megan, my wife, got knocked out by Danny Green's mum and his wife Nina.
Well, that's what the Green family do. They knock people out.
Famously.
I like the idea of the cornhole thing. I think that should. I like the idea of getting bigger. Yeah, of getting a sport that everyone plays in their backyards and stuff like that. Like, I mean,
that's very approachable. Yeah,
ping pong's great. I think the best thing about cornhole is you can hold a beer in a hand whilst you're playing. It's very much the darts thing because you're only just using the one hand.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Really good point.
Hey, Sophie, do you want to go to a concert?
Absolutely.
Get away from that cornhole, idiot.
Yeah, you're off to Hosey at RAC Arena on November the 5th.
Beautiful work.
Thanks.
Well done, Soph.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Broadway's biggest blockbuster, Wicked, is flying into Crown Theatre this December. Tickets are selling fast, so don't miss out. Book now at wickedthemusical.com.au.
Up at Graves, we've got a double pass to see Wicked the Musical plus $200 cash. It's happening at Crown Theatre, of course. It's going to be a cracking show.
We do require 2 witches, though, Sean.
We've got a couple, actually. You can tell. Bronwyn's on her broomstick right now. Good morning, Bron.
Good morning. How are you today?
Great, Bron. And Sean, don't you speak the ill of Bron? She rides a Dyson.
She rides a Dyson.
Bronwyn, do you lead towards a good witch or a wicked witch?
Either.
That means wicked. Okay, we get it. We get it.
Yeah, add wine. Hi, Mina.
Hi, how are
Mina.
you?
Yeah, good, Mina. Mina, are you at your core? Are you a good person? Like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth?
Or wicked?
100%, definitely. Yeah.
Never done a thing wrong.
Lies.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to spin up the wheel. You'll each take turns answering a question. Every time you get asked a question, the wheel will determine if it's a good question or a wicked question. It is the best of 5 rounds. Bronwyn, you're up first. Let's spin the wheel.
We're hoping for good. And we got
Wicked.
All right. Here we go, Bron. What is the name of the famous Mexican painter known for her self-portraits and distinct unibrow?
I know this one.
You can do it.
Is it Frida? I can't remember her last name. What did you say? Kahlo? Hey, Kahlo? Frida Kahlo?
Frida Kahlo is correct.
Well
we will play that. Well done. Well done. All right.
Amy, our producer's never heard of Frida, have you?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Spinning the wheel for Mina. You have got a wicked question.
Right. At least it's fair.
Yeah.
All right, Mina, here is your wicked question. What colour do ripe bananas glow under black lights?
White.
Incorrect, I'm afraid.
Bright blue.
Bright blue.
I did not know that.
Take a banana into a nightclub, Sean.
Yeah, I will. Bron, you've scored a good question. Okay. Bron, spell scarecrow.
SCARCROW.
No, you just
forgot
spelled
the E.
You just spelled scarecrow.
You forgot the
I haven't had my coffee this morning.
That's all right, honey.
All right, spinning the wheel for Mina for round 2. And she gets a...
good
question. It's right on the line.
All right, here we go, Mina. Which word both holds up your pants and straightens your teeth?
Braces.
Braces is correct.
Oh, good.
It's score check after round 2. It's 1-1. Spin the wheel for Bronwyn for round 3. That's a good question.
Good question. Here we go. Here is your question. Which West Coast Eagles player shares the same first name as a motorbike?
Ali?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Completely guessed that.
Or Kawasaki. Kawasaki is a great draft pick, isn't it, Sean?
Don't forget about Suzuki Jones. Okay, spinning the wheel for Mina. This is it's on the line again. Wicked. Yeah. All right. What is the percentage of Australians that are left-handed?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Going to be a guess.
Quick. Time's running out.
12%?
Close, but it's 10%, I'm afraid.
I didn't know there was that few of us in the world. Okay, here we go. Spinning up again. We have...
Bronwyn, it's a good question.
All right, Bronwyn, here we go. Glinda the Good Witch's mode of transportation is a giant pink what?
Bubble.
Yes.
Oh, good.
All right, Mina, you've got to get this one right to stay in the competition. And it is a wicked question. Sean?
It's all right.
What's that name again, Matt?
Elphaba.
Okay, here we go. The green makeup that Elphaba wears in Wicked is a colour by MAC Cosmetics, and it is called what green?
Emerald green?
You would think...
It's a decent guess.
You would think it's landscape green.
Landscape green.
Okay.
It's all over, everybody.
Done.
Bronwyn takes it out.
Nice one, Bron.
Bron, you're off to see Wicked at Crown Theatre with $200 cash in your pocket. Well done.
Woohoo! And I'm also a left-hander, so
Just 1 in 10.
We got so much ink on our hands growing up, and you could never ever write in your lever arch file. Well, that takes the paper out.
Do you want to get started on scissors?
Scissors. Don't get me started on scissors. Hey, while I've got you here, because you're left-handed, I want to know if this is the left-handed thing. When I use scissors, my mouth opens and closes as I cut in unison.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you?
I think so. I think it helps us with our concentration.
Okay, they're a kindred bunch.
Yeah. No brunch.
Yeah.
Brunch is right.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We asked the question, though, is he left-handed?
Yes, Kilroy's not left-handed. No one has asked him that question in an interview because it's not written anywhere, so we had to refer to photos of him signing an autograph.
Maybe those photos have been reversed, though, Nathan.
Tell you who is left-handed. Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah?
Oprah Winfrey. LeBron James. Sean.
LeBron James?
Yeah.
He plays
Whoopi
right-handed.
Goldberg.
He plays right-handed.
Yeah, no.
Whoopi Goldberg plays right-handed.
Us left-handers have to do a lot of things right-handed because we live in a right-handed world.
What hand do you wipe your bum with?
Imagine how good he'd be if he was using his left hand.
Yeah, but how's this,
Imagine if he was using his natural hand, it would just be amazing.
So how's this, right?
I don't know about that one.
The African culture, they look at left-handed as unlucky, so you can't shake a left-hand. They're very wary of left-handers, so that's not lucky at all. There's an Aboriginal tribe here in Australia that have 70% of their population are all left-handed.
Rather than 10% of the broader population.
Isn't that crazy?
That is amazing.
Yeah, but the largest population of left-handed people in the world is, guess.
Nova 937 so far. Oh, no.
Largest population
of left-handers.
The largest population of left-handers in one place.
China?
Pick a country. No.
Oh, India.
No. Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Why?
The Netherlands. I don't know. That's just where we go.
Cheese. It's the cheese.
And we get pushed out of society. That's where we go.
Okay, yeah.
We go to the Netherlands.
And you look good. All left-handers look good in orange.
Because you don't have to tie the laces of clogs. Is that what it is? Is that?
It's so hard finding left-handed laces.
Exactly. I'm so worried for you.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Seems to be a group of people that upset a lot of young people when they speak. The boomers, Sean.
Some of them. Let's not put them all in the basket.
No, that's true.
Some of them. They've been asked a question again, or a lady sitting on a bench in Sydney.
Well, she's just offering up her own advice, isn't she? What a helpful lady.
And this is, if you were Gen Z, prepare to be enraged. Here we go.
And how do you feel people of the younger generation now, maybe in their 20s, are going to go if they wanted to buy?
They don't make sacrifices, not being thing, it is hard for them. But like when I was younger and that, as I said, I never did brunches and partied, and now what they want to do, I'm going to do party.
So she did party. And brunch wasn't invented yet, so...
this must be so infuriating because straight away, whatever generation you are, you put yourself at that age. your age that you were, and you don't realise that times have changed.
Yeah.
So
we know, like economists have told us that the affordability of houses compared to income has blown out.
Yeah. Well, here's some
so
facts.
much more compared to what it was from the previous generation.
So millennials are having to save 1.3 to 1.5 times their annual salary for a deposit, while baby boomers and Gen X only had to save 40% and 90% of their annual salaries respectively. When adjusted for inflation, Gen X required the most income to afford the average home. Do you know that? At $138,000, while Gen Z wasn't too far off at $129,000. So it's pretty full on.
Yeah.
Pretty full on.
So the statistics don't bear out what she's talking about. But it is much harder.
No one cares about the statistics.
No.
They all think it's smashed Avo. That has been paired to the younger generation so much. It's smashed Avo. They think you're out eating smashed Avo. They think you're out partying. And
the smashed Avo thing came from the head of the RBA at the time, saying this is why Gen Z can't afford a house. And it's like, no, it's more than like you could never eat smashed avocado ever again and still not be able to afford a house.
Absolutely.
We want to speak to Gen Zs, right? No one else but Gen Zs. I don't care if you're their parents or
so
whatever.
what's Gen Z? No. I don't know any of the Gens.
Gen Aniston.
So Lachlan's age. Lachlan is a Gen Z.
Yeah. I want to speak to Gen Zs about the current situation that they're in, because I think it's really great to hear from you, yourself,
the realities,
and then learn if you are actually out partying or if you're at home sacrificing.
Here's one.
Hi, Bella.
Hello.
You're Gen Z?
Yes.
All right, talk to me.
So my partner and I both university educated, work full time, not excessively spending, have barely ever go travelling, no international holidays. I don't ever think I'm going to be able to afford to buy a house.
So you're renting at the moment, So but you're two incomes, renting a house apartment,
like a villa.
A unit.
A
So
unit.
to be honest, that situation you're in right now is a dream to most Gen Zs because they can't get out of their parents' house. So that even you're living large at the moment.
But the thing is because we're making that choice to not live at home, we're not saving.
Yes.
So it's like what?
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
going to be. That's it.
Yeah.
Sam, you're Gen Z, aren't you?
I am just on the cutoff. I just looked it up. Millennial, technically. Yeah. But
you're a baby millennial.
Yes. Yeah.
How are you going?
Share house with 5. I'm one of 5. And deposit fund non-existent.
What do we talk? What's your budget per week for food and stuff like that? Do you stick to like $100 or something? What do you do?
Pretty good. Yeah. Rent's a couple hundred, food's probably similar-ish, I guess, but I'm thrifty, same as you, Bella. Not really holidaying, not really doing much.
Because the perception is
loading
that,
up at home.
The older generation think you guys are just going on Euro vacays every year and blowing all your money.
Yeah.
And Bella, that you're going to bottomless brunch every second weekend.
Bella, how many times when's the last time you bought a smashed Avo for breakfast?
Can make it at home for $1.
Yeah. Sam, when's the last time you went out and bought smashed Avo for breakfast?
Yeah, not since starting this job, for sure. I've been going home and napping, so I haven't had brunch for a while. So, not spending much.
All right, Gen Z, we wanted to do a little bit of a welfare check on you right now, and maybe you can inform the other generations about the reality of the situation you're in and how it's not like when they grow up.
Are you spending? What are you spending on? Are you going out and partying hard? Are you blowing it all on after paying a bunch of clothes that you can't really afford?
And also, just let us know about your prospects of the future. What do you think? Do you think you're ever going to get into a house? Are your parents over?
Are you waiting for them to die so you can inherit it?
If you're living at your parents' house and you have no prospects of getting out, and your parents don't want you there, imagine that. Imagine that. You're stuck and they don't want you there and you know that.
Yeah.
And they can't get you out and you can't leave. Hi, Renee.
Hello.
Hi, Renee. Are you Gen Z?
Yeah, millennials. So it's like 2 years off it.
Yes.
So what's happening? What's a reality check for all the older people that think you're out partying all the time?
Pretty much non-existent. I'm a mum of 3, so ages from 10 to 2.
Wow, you got a handful.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So our partner's FIFO, so thankfully we are in a good financial position.
Yeah.
Although I also work full-time, but we pretty much lived with my mum for 5 years. As gorgeous as she is, it was a 3x2 cottage block.
Oh,
so
wow.
not a big backyard, rooms, 3 children. It was pretty much just bum up where you could. Our 2-year-old still sleeps with us, and my 2 big kids loved to have slumber parties, sleep together, they had a triple bunk, so one was up top, one was down the bottom.
Yep.
It was, pretty much just, that was in the theatre room. So we just sort of made her house, super comfortable for them.
It's a big sacrifice for your mum too, isn't it, Renee?
I mean, look, the kids are going to look back on
the greatest thing of all time.
The kids are going to look back and think that was a magical time, but the reality. So how are you now?
We live in a 4x2.
Yeah. Yes.
We just brought in Byford, so thankfully we had an amazing broker. She helped us get our goals sorted to figure out what we wanted. So we live on a lovely 450-metre square block in Byford.
Yeah.
So it's a massive upgrade for us and my children. They absolutely love it. So we've been in our house for 3 weeks now.
Oh, Renee, how exciting.
And it's, biggest blessing on the planet. It can happen. It takes time and perseverance.
Yeah.
But in terms of going out and spending money, it just did not happen. So.
You know what? I think we'd find a few millennials out there that have actually gotten into the property market because
But 5 years living with the parents with 3 little kids, that's the sacrifice you had to make in order to be able to afford it.
So each generation is get harder and harder. So we can just imagine that's from a millennial what the Gen Z is looking at.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Renee. Sarah's in Coogee. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sarah. Are you Gen Z?
I am, yes.
Okay, talk us through. What are the realities for you?
My husband and I, we weren't partiers, don't travel as well. I work full-time and my husband worked 3 jobs.
3?
2 of which were full-time so that we could get a deposit with the grant.
Yeah. Wow.
To build a house. So, we managed to get in, but, literally, between the 2 of us, we're working 4 jobs. So.
What about the rest of your friends? What situation are they in?
Yeah, so I don't think we have any other friends that own. Literally everyone else is renting. Some of them have kids. So we're like the only ones that have a house that we own.
That must be heartbreaking for the ones that are living at home that can't get out of their parents' house, right? And then you see, because your friends all live different lives, but to see friends of your same age group in a house and you're going, I can't get out of my house.
And Sarah's married.
Imagine
what it's like for one income.
I think that'd be amazing, but for the single people, it's becoming normal. So they don't really. I don't think they register too much.
Sarah and her husband had to work for 4 jobs between them. That's outrageous.
As a single person, you're just going to shack up with anyone.
Yeah. Sarah, how did your husband, like you're saying he had full-time jobs?
2 full-time jobs.
How did he get about doing his day?
Good question. He worked very hard, that's for sure.
What jobs were they?
So one full-time job pretty much from early in the morning and then you'd go to another one till late at night.
Yeah, but what are the jobs? What was the jobs that he did?
So he managed a hotel and he also worked for local council.
Wow. So it's like proper.
And then he also did handyman jobs on the side.
Oh, wow. So. You know what? There was an article I read just recently and it was about Gen Z and what they've been pushed to, and a lot of them that are working from home because, if there's not a work from home or flexibility, they don't want the job. So a lot of them are working from home actually doing another full-time job while they're working from home.
It's the only way they're ever going to, while they're working from their parents' home, it's the only way they're ever going to get out of it.
So they're literally doing 2 jobs at the same time.
It's extraordinary,
isn't
it?
It's crazy. There you go, anyone that you're thinking that they're all out partying.
Yes, they're not. They're working
hard.
3 jobs.
Yeah. Hi, Ash.
Hey, team. How are you?
Hey,
now, you Gen Z, Ash?
I'm a millennial. But I'm struggling. Well,
I know.
Struggling millennial. I'm part of the DINK crew. Dual income, no kids.
Yep. Oh. Happy days. So, what mansion are you living in then?
Well, in saying that, in a rental in Scarborough, so I'm not slumming it by any means. But we were part of the era where the banks threw money at us.
Yes.
Sending out letters in the post. Here, have 15 grand. Oh, your limit on your credit card.
They would literally send you a bag of money. You'd have to take it back to the bank and say, I don't want it.
They weren't giving you money. They were giving you a line of credit, which you then got yourself into debt, right?
Correct, right? So not only are we still digging ourselves out of that, but we're also at the point where we don't have money for any assistance. So can't, go with Keystart or anything like that. Yeah. So we are literally relying on saving as much as we can.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and saving while you're renting is tough,
Yeah, big time. because the rental market is so expensive.
Yeah. Ash, you got any thoughts of getting in the housing market in the next few years, or it's a fair way off
Pipe
still?
dream.
Well, no, that's the plan, but it's certainly a 5-year plan. And, chipping away.
What's the deposit now to get into like a... what's a house? What's a house on average? About
10%. And we're looking at, of course, $1 million to live where we want to live.
So $100,000.
Because we're not having kids, so we don't want to live in the burbs. We want to live where we want to live.
Yeah.
When the old boomer on the bench saying that stuff about not sacrificing, they don't realise there are sacrifices, and that is even when you buy a house, you're buying a house on the outskirts of Perth.
Yeah, that's right.
Usually,
or that
there are exceptions.
Yeah, or that needs fixing up.
Yeah.
Or
Thanks, Ash.
Thanks, Ash. Shannon's in Kwinana. Hello.
Hello.
Are you Gen Z, Shannon?
Technically, yes. Just Gen Z.
Just sneak in.
You're so young.
Okay, so what's the reality for you?
Well, at the moment, so I'm Gen Z. My fiancé is millennial. We are planning a wedding at the moment, and we are renting. I don't know if buying a house is anywhere in the future, just because planning a wedding is very expensive as well. The wedding market's pretty rough.
Oh, it is.
Do you consider downscaling the wedding and like having a smaller thing so that you've got... Because, it's just one day versus the rest of your life.
Well, that's the thing. We're already having a pretty small wedding.
Yeah.
We're compromising on a lot of stuff, doing a lot of DIYs, and trying to keep it pretty small.
So it's like a bring your own plate? Like at the disco, boys bring a bottle of drink and girls bring a plate?
We thought about doing that together.
It's got a great retro vibe.
That was so horrendous, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Boys, mothers and fathers just had to go and pick up a bottle of Fanta, and you girls had to bring deviled eggs.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So what's the budget for your wedding? How much are you going to spend on it?
So we were hoping to stay under $10,000, but I think we might just go over that. So it's not too bad compared. I know the median price of weddings right now is like $30,000, which is pretty insane.
But you know what? But on that, even $10,000. I mean, say if you're even going down to $5,000, I do get the mindset of, well, why not just do 10? Because that $5,000 isn't going to get me a house.
No, that's right.
You know what I mean? So literally, there's nothing to build for. So you might as well just live for now.
And what's the reality like? That boomer seems to think you're going out and having brunch all the time. What are you in reality doing? Socially?
Yeah, we're not really. I mean, sometimes I will go out to brunch with my friends, but not very often. And we're not big partiers at all. We're kind of homebodies, which is what we prefer.
When's the last time you ordered? When's the last time you ordered smashed avocado on toast?
Oh, months ago. Months ago.
What about Uber Eats? You're Uber Eating?
No, that's way too expensive.
That's a luxury now.
I make very good money, right?
Yeah.
But even on Uber Eats, because I live alone, and Nat, you'd experience this as well. When we have a look at the delivery fee versus... Sometimes the delivery fee is the same amount as your meal.
Yeah, because if you're only ordering one serve.
Yeah, so literally, even though I make good money, I'll go, what a waste of money, and I'll get in the car and drive down there and get it. So I just use this menu. So,
Yeah.
Crazy.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So we were just talking to Justin from Safety Bay, and he told us the last live concert he went to was to see the Melbourne Ska Orchestra at Freo Social.
Ska is a music genre that originated in Jamaica in the late 1950s and was the precursor to the rocksteady and reggae era. So here's some ska music.
1, 2, 3.
In Australia, we have the Cat Empire.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
You would know the Mighty Mighty Boss Stones.
Yes.
They're another one. No Doubt, apparently.
So there's many members. Normally there's many members.
Certainly the Cat Empire there is.
Yeah, okay.
But how about this? Would you like to know the first big ska hit that hit worldwide? The song My Boy Lollipop.
Does that count as ska?
My Boy Lollipop. Boop, boop.
In the 50s.
That seemed to have the big brass
That is
section.
the official first ska
So
song.
go mainstream.
Mainstream.
Wow, look at us
There we
being
go.
a
What an
radio station and
education.
everything. Ross, how are you?
Good. Oh, here it is. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear it. Yeah. This is ska.
Fun.
Isn't that crazy? Ross, you're our boy Lollipop.
It's a Mighty Mighty Ross tone.
Yeah, it's good. Sean, what do you got?
Absolutely zero.
Yeah, I thought so.
Situation normal.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.